Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this meeting. It is July 28th, 2021. And I want to start the meeting just by first congratulating Tiana today because you made some big moves and we're very, very proud of you. Tiana made a business decision today. She capitalized her business and she made her first sale, and she is well on her way to not only reaching Power Start, but also becoming an executive. And she's in progress towards becoming silver by the end of this 3-month period. So Tiana, congratulations. Very proud to see you, really making that shift from employee to entrepreneur. And I just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about everything?
Right now I feel super excited. I feel like I spent most of my day working on Nikken stuff, and I feel really inspired, and the progress is so gratifying. Like I went over with your dad the point volume thing or point value system, and nice. I feel like I know more about the products, and it's just, it feels like exponential growth is coming, and as it progresses I just feel more and more inspired. So it's all good things. Thank you for your congratulations.
I'm so proud of you, Tiana. Literally, you surpassed any, not even that I had expectations, but you surpassed any desire or expectation that I knew of you. And I'm so excited to have you with us.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. I really appreciate the support.
I mean, we're looking for those like-minded people who are really willing to put the time and the energy and the resources into this that we are. And so, people will figure out, you will figure out very quickly, who's actually willing to do that. And I'm really happy that you're one of those people because you're an awesome person and we're really excited to be working alongside you.
Mm-hmm. Guys, and I feel the same about all of you. It's so nice to have a group of supportive women who are like-minded and who are nothing but encouraging and so brilliant and sharp and dedicated. It's just, like I said, it's all good things.
Yes.
Donna, you purchased a waterfall for yourself, right? You purchased the water pack.
The water pack, yeah. I ordered it a couple days ago. My aunt ordered some shower heads and filters, and then my parents are ordering a sleep pack and a bunch of other things.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, it's kind of to start too with my parents and my family. It feels like a safe sort of way to embark while I'm still kind of gathering my grounds, but it builds confidence really quickly, knowing that really people are excited,
100%. I think that's always the first place to start is with the people closest to you especially when it comes to retail sales, talking to your family about it, talking to your friends about it, because the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And you have to start with your close community. That's where you're going to start by making your impact. And then it grows from there,
Exactly.
So that's kind of a perfect segue for what we're going to talk about today. Now, today we're going to do a little lesson all about how to actually sell a waterfall. And the reason why we're doing this lesson right now is because of the incentives that my dad has given us for next month. So I'm going to share my screen a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Give me one moment. So this month, my dad put out this offer to us. He said that if we have 500 points by the end of this month, then next month we qualify for an additional bonus that he's going to give us on every waterfall sold. So just to share my screen a little bit and show you guys what we're talking about, there's really awesome incentives for selling the water. Why is this? Because water is so fundamental, and it's probably the easiest thing to talk about amongst all our products because everyone needs high quality, clean, alkaline water. So depending on your rank, whether you're a direct, you're an executive, or a silver, right? Tiana has just gone executive because of the points that she's generated. I'm going for silver by the end of this month, so I'll be kind of on the last category. But for everyone new who's just signed up, just paid there in $19.99, you'll be considered a direct. Now, Nikken offers some really great additional performance commissions for every waterfall sold. It's pretty profitable. So you sell like 2 units, you're going to make, this is all US dollars also, by the way, $204, 3 units, $361, and 4 units, $556. But my dad has said to us, if you get 500 points by the end of this month then for next month, he's going to double the performance commission and add an additional $55 for every waterfall sold. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about that. And that's why I thought it's really relevant for us today to do a training to show you guys, how do we actually talk about the water? How do we inform someone about it so that they can make a decision for themselves? So let's get right to that. I'm going to share this Word document with all of you, but I decided to create it so that it would be easy as you're making phone calls to really just have like a script that explains to you everything that you need to know. And yeah, this is kind of, Elena was the first one to kind of take this on. And her first month, what did you do, Elena? How many waterfalls did you sell?
3 waterfalls in 3 days. 2 days. 3 waterfalls in 2 days.
And what did you make from that profit wise?
So that was in addition to that month I reached Power Start by selling 2 of the air purifiers, and I did 3 of the waterfalls. So 2 of one of like the higher ticket items essentially.
Right.
From that I generated about $650 in profit for myself. So that's what actually came in as income, plus the additional 300 in bonus for the 3 waterfalls that I sold.
And how much time would you say it took you to make that?
Honestly, probably all together 4 hours, and like not consecutively. It was just simply like the amount of time that it took for me to sit down, maybe learn a little bit about the key benefits of the waterfall system. So I had to understand essentially what it was that I was talking about, and then just making a couple phone calls, reaching out to people, getting contacts, educating, and then making the sale essentially.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And also thanks for sharing all your this is all information that Elena collected. I've added like a few things here and there. But this is really her training that I'm just going to take on and explain to you guys today. So first and foremost, so this is something I've been learning as I've been kind of going for this silver goal at the end of the month. I think it's really important that you start with your vibration. You start with your intention, right? And I wrote a little blurb here. I said, you're not selling, you are in service. You're helping someone make a decision that will have a lasting impact on their quality of life. And that's the frequency you have to be tuned to. No desperation, no convincing. We're passionate about helping others improve their health in ways that they may have never considered. And that's why we do these calls. So as I'm thinking about like, who am I going to contact? I'm really thinking about like, who can I serve today? Who can I serve today? Because I know I've had the benefit of drinking this water my whole life. I know how crucial water is for someone's well-being. And I know why this water, which you'll all learn over the next 20 minutes or so, is so much better than what you'll find either tap water or filtered water or bottled water. So I'm really thinking, like, I'm really tuning into this vibration of like being of service. I want people to have a long lasting, high quality of life. And I know that I can help them do that through this technology. So some of the key benefits, just a brief overview, it turns regular tap water into alkaline mineral water for just 10 cents a liter. The water becomes nutrient rich, pH conditioned, and restructured for higher cellular absorption. And remember that consumption of water does not necessarily mean hydration. So it's important that we're actually consuming water that is going to be absorbed by our cells. It's not just going to go straight through you. Right? Our little tagline is it's good for you, good for your wallet, and good for the planet. So how do we actually approach someone about this? Well, if you're calling someone that you know, maybe you're going to talk to an aunt, an uncle, a friend's mom, whatever it might be, even your own parents, you're going to ask them for their help. You can maybe text them and say, are you free today for a quick call? I'd love to speak with you about something really important. Most likely they'll say yes. And then once on the call, and don't worry about taking too many notes. I mean, you can if you want. You can also write down questions if you have them for me. But I'm going to send this to everyone in our chat, so you guys will have this information. Once on the call, I recently partnered with a Japanese technology company and I'm building a business as a wellness consultant. I've set a goal for myself for the end of the month, and I believe that you can help me either directly or indirectly. What I would recommend is everyone set this goal for themselves of selling 4 waterfalls next month. That's 1 waterfall a week, right? I would say that's about 3 phone calls a week, because we're going to follow the rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is for every 3, there will be 1 who says yes, right? And you want to say, I believe you can help me either directly or indirectly, because even if they don't want one for themselves, even if they say no, you could say, okay, who do you know who's very health conscious, who you think would really benefit from this information? Mm-hmm. And then they'll probably give you a name. And if they're like, oh, let me think about it, just keep describing what you're looking for. Say, like, do you know someone who really like takes care of their health, someone you think should take better care of their health? And eventually they will think of someone and give you their contact info. So then maybe you'll get a referral, right? This is for referrals for people you don't really know, but someone led you to them. You could say, hey, you don't know me personally, but we have a mutual friend. From what he or she told me, you are very health conscious. You know, it's a good idea when you're asking for the referral to say, out of everyone you know, who's someone who takes good care of their health, should take better care of their health, and would appreciate the value of clean, high quality water, right? And then you could say that. You could say, based on what I know, they told me that you really love taking care of your health. You're always going to the gym, you're blah, 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 you eat healthy. And you or maybe you're really into anti-aging. You want your body to stay stronger, longer, whatever it is that they tell you, just say that back to them and maybe ask them then, would you say this is true? You know, ask for that validation. I actually think I'm going to add this in there. Would you say this is true? Because you want to find out about this person. You want to find out really what is their why, what is their motivation. And that's what we're getting into next. So before getting into what the system does, ask questions to establish a why. For example, would you agree that since 70% of your body is water, and that water is needed for every bodily process we have, that to maintain an optimal state of health, a good source of water is absolutely paramount, right? It's a good question to ask, because I think we can all agree that it is, right? You could ask them what kind of water you drink at home. If it's filtered, they're either probably going to say tap water, they're going to say filtered water of some sort, or they're going to say bottled water. If they say tap water, I mean, all you have to tell them is that, did you know Ontario has one of the highest concentrations of lead in their water in all of North America? Probably not. Tap water is full of heavy metals, chlorine, it's acidic, it's just not good for you, and nobody should be drinking that. But then if it's filtered, you want to go with the approach of, well, let me tell you why this filter is better. And this is the 3 top filters that I've heard people speak about or ask me about. First is the fridge filter. They'll say, I drink from the fridge filter. Now, this is acidic. I don't know if you guys have fridge filters, but it doesn't taste that great. I've drank Primag water my whole life, so I can really taste the difference between a fridge filter, or any type of water and what I'm used to. And it's very difficult to actually ensure the quality of filtration, right? We don't actually know what standards this fridge has met in terms of filtered water. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what about the Kangen water? I'm sure, have some of you guys heard of Kangen water? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, yes. So Kangen water, the real difference, when people ask me what's the difference between this and Kangen water, this is what I tell them. Kangen water uses an electric process to add hydrogen ions to the water, which makes it alkaline. This is not how it's done in nature. And so although it filters the water, it lacks the essential nutrients and minerals that our body needs, right? It's going to strip it of everything. And that's why when you drink it, the water is going to pass through you, and those nutrients and minerals that are in your system are going to be dissolved into the water. It's a solvent. It's the best solvent on earth. So you don't want to drink water that's completely filtered of all the essential nutrients and minerals.
Wait, so
yeah.
Can you actually repeat that? Is that in there? I actually didn't know.
I didn't write it, but I can. It lacks essential nutrients that our body needs. So I'll just write it in right now. So when it passes through your system, water being the world's greatest solvent, that is actually true, will absorb those minerals from your body. Does that make sense?
Have you looked into that?
Yeah.
Like factual, like you can say that?
Well, I mean, I haven't looked at like a scientific study, but I've read some articles on it.
I want to make sure it's factual and people can't.
Okay, then that's something that we should.
That.
Would you take initiative for that and look into that for us?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be great. You can look at distilled water because that's what distilled water is. Distilled water is water that's been like stripped of everything, right? And when they say like for Kangen water, I know that for them, they'll filter it out, they'll filter everything out, and then what they'll do is they'll add hydrogen ions, and that's what makes it a little bubbly, and that's what makes it alkaline. But it's not a natural process. So Nikken uses a natural process that you would find in a river, where the pH is adjusted by adding essential minerals through stones like a riverbed. And I don't know if you guys have actually seen the Paimag waterfall. Here, let me show you. I have a tab up here that's open to it. But you see it has this basin up here where you put the water in. It has a cartridge here, which filters it. And then it has these mineral stones that sit in the basin down here. And those are special ceramics, which are going to add minerals, like essential nutrients and minerals like phosphorus and calcium and these kinds of things to the water. And that's what makes it alkaline, right? The water is alkalinized because of the minerals that were added to it. It also restructures the water for higher cellular absorption through the magnetics. And so let me go back to that picture so you can see it. Just give me a second. I don't know why. In this part, oh, you can't really see what I'm talking about because you can't see the clicker. Anyways, where the spout is, where that silvery part is, there's some high powered magnets which produce a magnetic field. So as the water passes through, the water atoms are being restructured so that they're more bioavailable for the cells in your body. They're broken down into microclusters. So then that's also what makes the water taste silky and smooth and softer, because they're broken down a little bit further and they can be absorbed into your cells better. The final difference between Kangen water and the Paimag water, Kangen water system's $5,000, where the Nikken waterfall is just short of $500. So that's huge. Now, the last one I've heard about is the Berkey. This is something that a few people have mentioned to me, this Berkey waterfall, and I actually looked into it today, or well, not waterfall, just water system. And it uses an ion exchange process to bond with contaminants so that they stay stuck to the filter permanently. It's not designed to make the water alkaline either. As far as filtration goes, it meets the NSF and ANSI standard 53, which the Nikken waterfall also does, but ours also has an additional standard that it meets on top of the Berkey, which is standard 42, and that has to do with chlorine reduction, reducing sediments as small as 5 microns, and taste and odor reduction. And honestly, if you taste the Paimag water, it's the best tasting water that there is. I guarantee you that. And I'm not the only one who says that. Every testimonial you watch, you'll see that people are like, this is the best tasting water there is. And if someone buys bottled water, I mean, first of all, plastic in your water, like there's so many reasons I could state here. Plastic in your water, it's acidic water. It's horrible for the environment. And also, how much are they spending on water in a week? Not very economical, not very environmentally friendly. Okay, so now I want to tell you guys a little bit about how the waterfall works. And I love first to tell the story of how this water came to be. So keep in mind, this is all in the process. So you've asked this person about like, would you agree water is really important? What kind of water are you drinking? Oh, you're drinking that water. Maybe you want to think about these things. Let me tell you a little bit about what I have to offer. Okay, so this is the story of how the Paimag water came to be. The system was designed based on a study done in Osaka, Japan. This particular area is a blue zone, meaning they have one of the highest concentrations of people living to be over 100 years old. When they started to ask why people were living so long and were so resilient, they began to take a look at the plant life and notice that the plants in this area were also extremely nutrient rich and resistant to pests. And they traced it back to the quality of water in the region. So basically all the life there was really just thriving, and they realized it was because of the water. Now this water had specific properties such as the minerals that were in it, the alkaline level, and the molecular structure. They called it Pi water or living water because it was more energetically charged than an average water molecule. The PyMeg Waterfall is a solution so that everyday person can enjoy this water in the comfort of their home. I actually want to show you guys a photo of what a pi molecule looks like as opposed to like regular tap water. Let me just see if I can pull that up for a second. You know, when you have the bar at the top of the screen and it won't let you like open things up. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There, it's already in my search. Let's see if I can find the photos. Okay, so here, this is a cool photo to look at. So Kirlian photography is when they can observe the energy, the light that's emanating from a certain object. So the aura energy of tap water, you could see there's not much really going on here. It's kind of dull. There's a little bit of energy on the outskirts of it. But if you look at the aura energy of a pi water molecule, it's all lit up because this is what they call living water. It's energetically charged so that it provides more energy for each of your cells. There's something special about it. And it's all about the ceramics that are being used to make the PyMeg water. And so those little stones, those are special ceramics that are going to give the PyMeg water all the living energy that they talk about. I thought that was a really cool image to share. And let me go back now. Sorry, I really hate this bar at the top of my screen. I can't navigate anything here. Okay. So back to where we were. Does anyone have any questions so far?
I do about the Berkey filter because I've also,
you've heard
I
of
know
the
we're a little bit past that, but
yeah,
I've also heard a lot of people that rave about the Berkey filter and see it as like the best one. I'm just wondering, like, if it uses an ion process. I don't exactly know what it was.
It's an ion exchange process. I looked into it a little bit today, and basically it's like whatever the filter is made of, it will exchange ions with certain contaminants so that the contaminants are bonded to the filter for life. Now,
okay.
it's not necessarily designed to make the water alkaline. They say if you put in a high enough, alkalinity of water, then it will come out alkaline, but that's not the purpose of it. It doesn't state that it produces alkaline water.
Okay.
And what I'm going to get into is why alkaline water is so important. And that's what I think really is the difference between the PyMeg water and the Berkey water. Yeah. And I don't know. For me, the PyMeg water, it's like, this is water as nature intended. This is water that's natural spring water. It's as close to what you're going to find out in a natural riverbed as possible. And that's what I think makes it so valuable for me, because I'm trying to live as holistically as possible. And I know that health is nature. Like, it's vibrant. It has everything we need to survive and to thrive. And so everything I do, I want to be as close to the natural process as possible.
And then do you know if the Berkey structures the water the same way or in any way?
No, doesn't do anything for restructuring the water. It's really just like an amazing filter. Like, it will reduce the contaminants, and it reduces the bacteria up to 99.99%. But like I said, the PyMeg water has the exact same standards that it's met. It reduces the bacteria up to 99.9%, and it has that ANSI 53 standard. And it also has an additional ANSI standard that it's met. We don't brag about our filtration that much because we have like all the other benefits on top of that. But honestly, I think we should more.
Sorry, I have a quick question.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, like you mentioned this before, but some of the people that I'm thinking about that I would kind of talk to about this water system too, I already know that they use Kangen and like they live by it. Like my family even uses it, so that's why I know that they live for it. So I just want to make sure that I get all the info right. Like, I don't want to convince them. I just want to be able to inform them, like you said. But you mentioned that the Kangen one is primarily electronically charged, and that's the main difference. as
It's
opposed
yeah,
to,
it's an electric
okay.
process, right? Like you have to plug it in.
Yeah. Okay.
This
I
is
just wanna,
completely, completely gravity based. You just,
okay.
it doesn't use any electricity. It doesn't need to be plugged in anywhere. And it uses a natural process instead of like an electrical process.
Okay.
The also difference is the price range, like people who have already purchased a Kangen water are going to be pretty attached to that because they paid $5,000 for it, So I would honestly probably start with people who don't already have a water filtration system.
Right.
And then, if people are looking to maybe upgrade their system, you offer this as a
also
as a solution.
Those people, I think, because they value their health.
That's why
they are buying that. Go for a different system. Go for maybe sleep packs. Go for energy packs. Like talk about those because they'll still be interested, just maybe not the water system at first because they have one.
Right.
But maybe they would be down for the shower head. I mean, they already are taking care of the water they put in their body. They should also be taking care of the water they put on their body because in the shower, you can absorb up to 80% of the chlorine that's in the water.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but it's actually you absorb more water drinking. I mean, in a 5-minute shower than you do
chlorine in a 5-minute shower. Then
Well, no, absorb Then eight. I think it was like 8 to 10 glasses of water or something.
So yeah, maybe that's something they would be into is the water or even the portable, like the Pymeg bottle system, right? If they like alkaline water, maybe they want a portable solution where they can take it with them, fill it up with whatever water is in the area and get alkaline water,
Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. But yeah, this is more for people because people have asked me like, oh, well, what's the difference between this and Kangen? And then this is what I tell them. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on. The system's completely gravity-based, meaning it uses no electricity, does not need to be plugged in. It takes up minimal counter space, and although it is not a portable solution, we have a sport bottle that incorporates the same technology. This is kind of getting into how does it actually filter the water? What are the 3 layers of filtration? First, it goes through the gravity filter, which is similar to traditional filters in a sense that it removes contaminants like chlorine and heavy metals. It meets the top NSF and ANSI standards, 53 and 42. I mean, I don't think people really care about that. I think they just want to know that it meets good standards, So as far as filtration goes, it's one of the best you can get. It reduces the bacteria in the water over 99.99%. And you'd be surprised to know that Ontario is one of the highest concentrations of lead in our water in all of North America. So a good filter is absolutely paramount. If you haven't mentioned that yet, make sure you mention that because people are really surprised to see that, oh my God, tap water is actually not that great. And you can honestly taste it. I don't know how people drink tap water, to be honest. It doesn't taste that great to me. Second, the next layer is what differentiates a system from a typical filter, and that is the mineral rocks. Most filters remove absolutely everything from the water, including the nutrients. In this layer, important minerals and nutrients are added back to the water using special ceramics, which conditions the water to become alkaline. Now, why is this important? Our bodies tend to be more acidic because of the food and beverages we consume. And acidity contributes to oxidative stress, which is the breakdown of your cells, and inflammation, which is the cause of many illnesses, disease, and cancer. Alkaline water is a natural antioxidant and detoxifier, meaning it helps to slow down cellular decomposition. And this is on the Nikken website. Since most of our diet is acidic, consuming alkaline water helps to bring the body back into a state of balance. So it's really just about combating the stresses of our everyday lifestyle. Let's be honest, we don't have the best diet, most people. A lot of our food is lacking in nutrients because of the way that it's grown. Most of it is acidic. Most of the beverages we consume are acidic. Everyone drinks coffee. And so it's important that we're balancing that out because it is that acidity level that's going to lead to, oxidative stress, the breakdown of your cells, inflammation in your body. I always say people wonder why we have so much disease and illness, but then they're not looking at just how far detached we've come from nature, how so much of what we eat is over processed. It's not in its natural form. So we really need to work to combat those things and bring the body back into that state of balance. And I think drinking alkaline water is one of the best ways to do that. especially when it's like modeled after a system that you would find in nature, right? Okay. Third, finally, the water runs through a layer of high-powered magnets producing a magnetic field. This restructures the water molecules by breaking them down into microclusters so that they can be more easily absorbed by our cells. This ensures that your consumption of water is equal to the level of hydration you are receiving. Basically meaning that the water is absorbed instead of passing straight through you, which I don't know if you guys notice when you drink bottled water, you just have to pee right away. That doesn't happen with the Pine Mag water. It also makes the water taste silkier, smoother, and softer. And I personally noticed that I don't need to consume as much water to feel hydrated. However, I drink more because of how good it tastes. And I hope once you guys get your hands on the Pine Mag water filter, you will also notice the same thing. So then people are going to ask, what's the cost? Or honestly, you could just be upfront and be like, so you're probably wondering, what's the cost, right? Just be fully transparent. Upfront cost is 488 Canadian dollars, and you replace the filter every 3 months, which is $33. Works out to 10 cents a liter or $1.60 a day for the highest quality water available to you, which is less than a cup of coffee. And I like to add that in because people need to understand, like, they're making an investment in their health. And if you actually look at how much it's going to cost you on a daily basis, it far outweighs, like, the importance of it far outweighs what it costs, right? If you're going to spend $2 a day on a coffee, probably it's like $5 if it's a Starbucks coffee, right? And you might as well be spending $1.60 a day on quality water. That's actually going to help you prolong your life, right? Be more vibrant, be more resilient, be more resistant to illness, right? Like, you'll see, I say it a little bit later on in this thing, but you know, health is not expensive. Sickness is expensive. Now that costs you a lot more than being healthy ever will. So let's compare some other waters that are out there. So in comparison, bottled water ranges in price point, but for the best of the best, the alkaline, the flow water, right? You've probably heard people buying flow water. I know Elena said that her friend, her husband. You want to tell the story, Elena?
Yeah, so I was actually speaking, this is one of my older bosses, and I was recently speaking to her about the water system because she's incredibly health conscious. And so I reached out to her again because of the unique offer that's taking place within the month of July. And she just messaged me and she was like, honestly, I'm very interested. She's like, my husband just came home the other day with like multiple boxes of different flavored flow water. And I was like, okay, well, forget that. You're going to love this essentially. But yeah, that's like the best comparison that you could find in terms of bottled water on the market, although it's still nowhere near the quality that the Nikken Pine Mag water offers.
Yeah, and think about the fact that it costs $3.16 a liter, which is over 31 times more expensive. Crazy. Mm-hmm. The cheapest bottled water out there is about 43 cents a liter. So, you know, our filter really is the best in terms of price point that you can get. And this doesn't even consider like the environmental costs of having plastic water bottles, right? Now, the Pine Mag Waterfall and Sport Bottle are both completely BPA free and biodegradable. So it's good for you, good for the wallet, and good for your planet. Nikken is super like diligent about being in harmony with nature, and everything they make reflects that. Like nothing is harmful to the environment. At this point, I would say assume the sale, something my dad's teaching me to do. It's definitely uncomfortable, but we're learning how to be entrepreneurs here. So we're gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. Because really our job is helping people make a decision. That's what we do. We help people make decisions that are in their best interest. So we say, unless you have any more questions for me, I'd love to get you and your family drinking this water as soon as possible. Can I show you how to purchase? And you'll see, they'll either be like, wow, this like sounds great. Yeah, I would love to know how do I purchase this? Or actually I have a question about this thing. And I think within all the information I've presented here, you'll be pretty equipped to handle any questions that they have. It's really up to you. Like this is a script, yes, but you have to let the conversation flow how it's meant to flow. Like they're going to maybe interject throughout what you're saying and add a little point, add a question here and there. Like that's totally cool. This is just so you have all the information. You might not even have to get through all this. You might have someone who's like looking for a water filter and they're just like, yeah, I want alkaline water. That's the price. Okay, cool. I'm super down. Like they might not even need all of this information. This is just so like you are equipped to handle anything that's thrown your way. But definitely like let it be natural. Try a few different things out. Like you're going to make calls. You're going to see how things go. It's going to be trial and error. Don't get discouraged if like after the first one, things don't go exactly how you would have liked it. Okay. This is a process of learning and we're all in it together. Lastly, if they're in for the waterfall, I always recommend the water pack just because it's such a great deal for everything you get. Like it honestly just makes sense. If someone's already going to make the investment on the waterfall, like they might as well just go the full mile and get the water pack. So something I would say would probably be like, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but since it's an amazing deal, I always let everyone know. In the shower, our bodies absorb up to 80% more chlorine than we would by drinking water because our skin is a sponge for contaminants. And Nikken has come up with a solution for that as well. We have a water pack that allows you to have the waterfall system, a shower head that filters and softens the water, and a portable water bottle plus replacement filters for all the items for 10% off everything. It also ships for free. The upfront cost is $746, which is about $258 more than just the waterfall alone. And it will work out to about $2.30 a day for a year of clean alkaline water for your home, which I personally think is an investment worth much more than it costs. Health is not expensive, sickness is, and that's such a nominal cost you can't go wrong. Would you like to invest in the water pack or stick to the waterfall? This might be honestly how a conversation with me that I would do goes. But again, like you want to be really inquisitive with the people you're talking to. You want to find out what's important to them. You want to find out what are they using right now. You want to find out, you know, maybe some of the health concerns they have. Maybe they are, you know, they have some sort of health issue going on. Maybe they have a parent or a friend who has cancer and they're sensitive to different things. So you really want to be inquisitive when you're having these conversations. The last thing I just wanted to show you guys was something that I sent in the chat, but I think for everyone who's not in our chat just yet, Jen and Sophia, you will find this really, really cool. Somebody needs to tell me how to get rid of this stupid bar at the top. Hide video, hide floating.
What bar are you talking about?
I got it. There's like, when I share my screen, there's like a little black bar at the top of the Zoom screen. And so I can't like change my tabs, but I figured out how to hide it. But now I don't know how to unshare my screen. So that's good. So this I think is so cool. Somebody sent it to me while I was working on that document. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I was thinking about it too. I'm like, we should do our own experiment. Pardon?
Someone did this?
Yeah, so these are sweet potatoes planted at the same time with 4 different types of water for 5 weeks at a science fair. And you can see they use tap water, distilled water, well water, and the Nikken pine egg water. And I mean, it really just speaks for itself. Now think about what this water would do for your body if this is what it's doing for a freaking sweet potato, you know?
Real.
So can you actually send that picture in the...
She did.
I did.
Yeah.
You didn't see it.
It's in the chat.
I will. I'll send it in the chat. And Sophia and Jen, if you guys want this as well. I mean, it's up to you what you decide to do, guys. Just so you know, Sophia and Jen are in the process of this. Jen's pretty much said, like, I'm down. Let's get started. Let's get the ball rolling, which I'm amped for. And Sophia's still assessing the situation. So I'll definitely send you guys this. But if you do decide to partner with us, you're going to be added into our group chat where we send a bunch of resources all the time. And we're always like encouraging each other and recognizing the good things that each other do and answering questions. Like if you have any questions, you have like all the resources you would need right there. Okay, now I need to figure out how to stop sharing my screen. Does anyone have any questions for me while I figure that out? No, we're good. Well, Elena and Savannah, oh yeah, Jen.
Sorry. Okay, so this may be on the website, but is there a warranty?
There is not a warranty through Nikken. However, we have here, let me show you this before I unshare my screen. My dad has created a microsite and he can make one for you as well if you decide to get involved with us. And through this site, he offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. But that's something that he personally does. And because we have this microsite, like me, Savannah, and Elena, we do this as well. But besides that, there is no warranty.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. I'd have to ask my dad about that. But yeah, so this is our microsite. It kind of talks, the first page here is just about, you know, why this water is so great. Less than 20% of the plastic gets recycled. You guys can see some of the graphics we have going on here. And then I would click on the waterfall system and you see the buy now button. That would take you directly to my Nikken link so that people could buy from this. And this page is simple enough to generate. Mine says sophiawaterandwellness.net, but if you wanted one, please let us know and we'll get you one, and it could be like specialized. So it would be jenwaterandwellness.net or whatever. Alkaline water, you know, and there's a little video there that kind of talks about what are the benefits and features of the waterfall system. Good for your health, good for your wallet, and good for the planet. No electricity or plumbing necessary. There's another video there about what is Pine Mag water, how it's environmentally sound, money in your pocket and on the go. And then we have some testimonials here, which is just people talking about why they love the water. There we go.
In terms of sorry, in terms of like older people, seniors using this,
yeah.
When it comes like setup or changing filters, is it like fairly easy, or what would you say?
Oh yeah, it's very easy to do. Like anyone could do this.
You know what I've been doing? I mean, you can even do this for certain customers or clients if you have a good relationship with them. But you know, we got a waterfall system for my dad's office. And also one of them was for my aunt. And so I just had them sent to my address, my home address. And because I've already set up so many, I just took it upon myself to set it up, clean it, make sure everything was assembled for them so that I can then just go and drive it over to their house. But again, it depends on the kind of relationship you have with the individual. Yeah. We have a video that takes you step by step through how to set it up. If it is someone that you know, they're a little bit older, like I would have done this for my grandmother.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So yeah, it's just personal preference at the end of the day, because it is more than possible. If not, we have ways to teach people and help them through the assembly.
Yeah. There's like videos showing you like how to maintain it, how to set it up, and that kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Is there someone you have in mind?
Yeah, I think like my grandfather would like it, but I'm just like, he'd be like, what do I do? How do I set it up? Like, I would definitely do it for him. But
wow, look at all these pretty faces.
Welcome to the call. Yeah, my dad's jumping in here for the last 15 minutes just to close up and give us like some final words of advice and wisdom. Papa, you'd be very, very, very happy with the presentation that we gave.
I'm sure. And I'm glad you're recording it, but I don't know if you want to stop recording it so that you just have it as a training now.
Yeah, you know what, we'll do that. So everyone watching this, thank you so much. Hope you learned a lot, and we'll see you soon. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Bye.